This video is page 116, numbers 17 through 19. It's the hot questions. It's the hardest ones, but I'm confident that I gave you some really good hints and you can get the right answers here, just with some careful operations. So number 17 reads, there are 2.5 centimeters in 1 inch. How many centimeters are there in a foot and in a yard? So one way to set this up is to just write down the conversion that was given to you, which is 2.5 centimeters, 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. And if you're unsure about the operation here, let me show you how you can set this up. I'm trying to figure out not how many centimeters are in 1 inch, I'm trying to figure out how many centimeters are in 1 foot. And simply put, you need to know, I hope you do, and if you don't, you can Google search this. Simply put, you need to know how many inches there are in 1 foot. And you just need to know that in 1 foot are 12 inches. So if you set it up like I've got over to the right here, it actually helps you understand what the operation is going to be. To get from 1 inch to 12 inches, I'm going to multiply by 12. So to figure out the number of centimeters in 12 inches, you're going to, again, multiply by 12. If you multiply 2.54 by 12, you'll get the correct answer here. Notice there's a second question. Well, so your first sentence would be blank centimeters in 1 foot. So there's a second question. How many centimeters in 1 yard? So you can actually write your sentence centimeters in 1 yard. And once again, you need to know the conversion. And what you can do actually is just use the work you've already done here. Basically what you need to know is that in 1 yard there are 3 feet. So if you take your answer that you got for number 17, how many centimeters are in a foot, and if you know that there are 3 feet in 1 yard, then you can take that answer and you can simply multiply it by 3. So that is the way to do number 17. Go ahead and try those. When you're ready, we can check out number 18. Number 18 says, a 2-pound box of spaghetti costs $2.50. Philip says that the unit cost is 2 over 250, or 2 divided by 250, which would be 80 cents per pound. Explain his error. So let's say you popped out a calculator, and you did 2 divided by 250. It's 0.8, which is 0.80. So the math actually seems correct. So that's not his error. So what is his error? Well, I see a money sign right here. And that might be all the hint you need. Where's money supposed to go when we set these problems up? If this wasn't an error problem, and I knew that Philip bought a 2-pound box of spaghetti and it cost $2.50, I would have set it up like this. $2.50. And that's going to be for 2 pounds. So look at what I've done, and then examine what he did. And what you should be able to do now for number 18, this should be enough of a hint, is you should be able to solve the way that I helped you set it up. And then you should be able to explain his error, which would be something to the effect of, he set it up with pounds on top and money on bottom, when we've talked about several times that money is always your first term. So you should be able to solve this and then explain his error. When you're done with that one, you can check out number 19. Number 19 is kind of a 3-part problem, but it's not too bad. Number 19 reads, a grocery store sells 3 different quantities of sugar. A 1-pound bag costs $1.10, a 2-pound bag costs $1.98, and a 3-pound bag costs $2.85. Describe how the unit cost changes as the quantity of sugar increases. It's kind of a lot there, but one key here is unit cost. For all of these, I don't, like especially the 3-pound bag and the 2-pound bag, I don't want to know how much the sugar costs for 2 pounds. I want to know how much the sugar costs for 1 pound. For the 3-pound bag, I don't want to know how much the sugar costs for 3 pounds. I want to know how much the sugar costs for 1 pound. So in other words, you're going to take these problems and you're going to calculate the price per pound. Now the 1-pound bag is actually done for you, because the 1-pound bag is $1.10 for 1 pound. And so if you did this division, you'd get $1.10. $1.10 divided by 1 is 1 pound. So that's the 1-pound bag. The 2-pound bag and the 3-pound bag is where you have to do a little work. The 2-pound bag would be set up as $1.98. for 2 pounds. And this term right here, unit cost, means to simplify this. In other words, divide by 2. If you divide by 2, you're going to get the cost for 1 pound. Now the interesting thing about this is then you can compare this answer with this answer because they're each a pound. So as soon as you do on this part right here, $1.98 divided by 2, you will get the price for 1 pound. That's for the 2 pound bag. The 3 pound bag would be the same thing. It's going to be $2.85 for 3 pounds. And you're going to do the same thing here, except for you're going to divide by 3. You're going to divide by 3, and you're going to get the cost per 1 pound. So then I'll have all 3 bags calculated, the cost for 1 pound. And then we're supposed to kind of write a conclusion. So you'll do your math, and your sentence might look a little bit like this. I'll kind of help you write a sentence, but I won't put any words in here. So the cost per pound for the 1 pound bag is $1.10. We already knew that. There was no math there. The cost per pound, or we've already written per pound, so we might just move on and just say the cost for the, well, no, we better say per pound. The cost per pound for the 2 pound bag is blank. Let me put a dollar sign. And the cost for the 3 pound bag, should have written the cost per pound, but too late, is blank. And then I kind of expect you to write some kind of conclusion, and I'll kind of help you with that a little bit. As the size of the bag increases, the cost per pound, and I'm going to go back and change this word to increases. As the size of the bag increases, the cost per pound, there's a key word there that I think you could write. It's kind of a summary. Now I know this is a little bit complicated and a little bit higher level. I just want you to do your best. If you made all these calculations and then attempted to write any kind of concluding statement there, I would be very happy with your effort. Thank you.